Hello student, how are you all? So students, now we are going to start the same chapter, chapter number 2, biological classification. First we have discussed in first part of this chapter, we have discussed about the classification system, the five kingdom classification which is given by R.H. Whittaker in the year 1758. Okay, first kingdom was kingdom Monera. We have discussed in kingdom Monera two organisms, bacteria and mycoplasm. Bacteria is found in most abundant form, okay, and it is again classified into two groups, eubacteria and archaebacteria. Okay, in detail we have already discussed about eubacteria and archaebacteria and about mycoplasm. So the second kingdom was kingdom Protiasta. In five kingdom of classification we have learned about kingdom Monera. Okay, now we are going through the kingdom Protiasta. Okay, let's start. Kingdom Protiasta. Here are the characteristics of kingdom Protiasta. It includes single-celled eukaryotes. Okay, in eukaryotes also single-cell organisms are there. So in this single-celled eukaryotes are there which have nucleus, well-defined nucleus and other membrane-bounded cell organelles. They have nucleus and other membrane-bounded cell organelles both. Some have flagella or cilia. Flagella or cilia, these are the locomotory organ. With the help of flagella and cilia, the kingdom Protiasta organisms move from one place to another place, or in short you can say flagella or cilia helps them to locate from one place to another place for their locomotion. Okay, so here are the three characteristics of kingdom Protiasta. Now again, protists are primarily aquatic. Okay, they are aquatic. Primarily they are aquatic organisms. Fifth, it is a link with plants, animals and fungi. So kingdom Protiasta are the organism which linked between all the three categories, plants, animals and fungi. Okay, and last one, reproduce asexually and sexually, cell fusion and zygote formation. So in this Protiasta, both reproduction form is there. Asexual, they reproduce by asexually also and by sexually also. Cell fusion is there and zygote formation is there. We know that cell formation kab hota hai? When cell divides, and zygote formation when two opposite sex reproduce each other, then zygote is formed. Okay, so in kingdom Protiasta, they are generally aquatic. They are the link between plant, animal and fungi. And last, they reproduce by both sexually and asexually. Okay, now here is the classification of kingdom Protiasta. In the pictures you have seen different types of Protiasta organisms. First one is Christophites, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds and protozoans. So kingdom Protiasta has divided into these categories, has different types of classification which are chrysophytes, you can say chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds and protozoans. So here is the classification of kingdom Protiasta. In the picture you have seen the kingdom Protiasta organism, how they look like. Okay, now first we will go through one by one. We will go through the different classification of kingdom Protiasta and about their characteristics. Okay, the first one is chrysophytes. Found in freshwater and marine environment. We already know that they are primarily found in aquatic. They are primary aquatic. So chrysophytes is an organism which belong to kingdom Protiasta, found in freshwater and marine environment. They are generally microscopic and float passively in water currents, plankton. Third, most of them are photosynthetic. They are photosynthetic, it means they prepare their own food. Okay, and they are microscopic, you are not able to see with your naked eye. Last one, it includes diatoms and golden algae, desmites. They are it includes, they are of two forms, or mainly the organism include in the kingdom Protiasta. Chrysophytes are diatoms, it is organisms, and a golden algae which mainly known as desmites. Okay, so here is the characteristics of chrysophytes, and look at the pictures how the diatoms look like. They are diatoms. Why? Because they are divided into two parts. You have seen the line between the organisms. In every organism you have seen the line, so these are called the diatoms. And you have seen this golden algae. This old golden algae look like this. Okay, now chrysophytes, diatoms. First we will discuss about diatoms. They have cilious cell wall, okay, forming two thin overlapping shells which fit together as in a shape soap box. You have seen this organism, last one, see this, they are overlapping shells, they are overlapping, so they are overlapped each others like a soap box. Okay, and diatoms are self producer in the oceans. They are called chef because they are producers. They produce their own food in the oceans, so they are called as a chef or producer in the ocean. Now diatoms have the cell wall deposit of diatoms over billions of years in their habitat is known as diatomaceous earth. This is used in polishing, filtration of oils and syrups. So cell wall of diatoms are deposited and they are known as the diatomaceous earth, and these are used for polishing, filtration of oils and syrups. Food grade earth, diatoms, diatomaceous earth. So diatoms is also used for the economics purpose. Okay. Now second one is dinoflagellates. Okay, chrystophytes, sorry, not chrystophytes, chrysophytes is already completed. Now second one is dinoflagellates. They are mostly marine and photosynthetic. They also found in marine water, and they are also photosynthetic. It means they prepare their own food. Second, they appear yellow, green, brown, blue or red depending on the main pigment in the cell. Which is the main pigment? According to that, they looks like yellow, green, blue. So simply they depends on the pigment which is present inside their body. In the cell, the cell wall is stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface. Cellulose plates are there in the outer surface of its cell wall. Okay. Most of them have two flagella. One lies longitudinally and the other transversely in a furrow between wall plates. Okay, they have two flagella. One lies longitudinally and one in the transverse section in the furrow between two wall plates. Two wall plates are there, you have seen the part, and in between one flagella is there. See this ring like structure, this is a flagella, and one thread like structure is there, this is a flagella. Okay, now red dinoflagellates, example Gonulax, undergo rapid multiplication so that the sea appears red. Red tides, they release toxins that kills marine animal like fishes. So one red dinoflagellate, it is toxic for the sea, for the marine habitats, which reproduce rapidly. Rapid multiplication is there, so the sea appears look red in color, and which releases toxic substance which is harmful for the marine animals. Okay, now third one, euglenoids. First one is chrysophytes and second one is dinoflagellates. They both are completed. Now euglenoids. Euglena is the best example. You can say, you have heard the word euglena. It is a microorganism. See the first picture. Mainly freshwater organism found in stagnant water. Stagnant वो जो खराब जो पानी बदबू देने लगता है, ओके, जो एक अजीब सा दलदल बन जाता है, stagnant water, they are found in that type of water only. Second, instead of cell wall, they have protein rich layer called pelicillin. It gives flexibility to the body. They have protein rich layer which is called pelicillin, which gives flexibility to its body. Okay, they have two flagella, a short and a long one. One flagella is short and one is long. Okay, you have seen the picture short flagellum and the long flagellum. These are written in red in color. and the structure of these euglenoids, how they look like. Okay, students? Now, euglenoids, they are photosynthetic in the presence of sunlight. When sunlight is present, they are photosynthetic. In the absence of sunlight, they behave like heterotrophs by predating on other organisms. In the absence of sunlight, or mainly in the night time, they act as a predator. They act as a heterotrophs. They need a predator. They catch the other organism. They act as a predators. They catch the other living organism as their food material. Okay. Now, the pigments are identical to those of higher plants. Example, euglena. Okay, the pigments which is present in this euglenoids are like the pigment present in the higher plants, like chlorophyll, because they look green in color. That's why I'm saying chlorophyll. And the best example of this euglenoid is euglena. See the structure of euglena. Flagellum is there, stigma, nucleus, nucleolus, chloroplast, pellicule, contractile vacuoles. Okay, students. So, euglenoid is also completed. Now, fourth one, molds, slime molds. Kingdom Proteasta, fourth one, slime molds. They are saprophytic proteast. They are called as saprophytic proteast. See in the picture, these are the slime molds. The body moves along decaying twigs and leaves engulfing organic material. Their bodies move like twigs, रेसे जैसा रहता है, round round, and leaves engulfing organic material, and their leaves are like they engulf the organic material. वो खा जाते हैं, निगल जाते हैं, ऐसा दिखाई देते हैं ये. Under suitable condition, they form an aggregation called plasmodium. It may spread over several feet. इनके लिए अलग अंडर सुटेबल कंडीशन, जब इनके लिए जो कंडीशन होती है बहुत ज़्यादा सुटेबल हो जाती है, जो फेवरेबल, इफ़ दे फाउंड अ फेवरेबल कंडीशन, दे फॉर्म एन एग्रीग्रेशन कॉल्ड प्लाज्मोडियम एंड इट स्प्रेड ओवर सेवरल फीट. लाइक प्लाज्मोडियम स्प्रेड ओवर सेवरल फीट, वो बहुत दूर तक फैल जाता है. दिस स्लाइम मोल्ड्स फॉर्म ऑफ एग्रीग्रेशन कॉल्ड प्लाज्मोडियम. ओके. नाउ अंडर अनफेवरेबल कंडीशन प्लाज्मोडियम डिफरेंशिएट and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. See the fruiting bodies. They found spores at their tips. In the tip of this fruiting bodies, spores are present. Okay, under unfavorable condition, plasmodium differentiate. Okay, not slime molds. Plasmodium, first this slime molds aggregate to form plasmodium, then this plasmodium differentiate to forms a fruiting body bearing spores. उनके टिप के ऊपर spores होते हैं. Spores have true walls. They are highly resistant and survive for many years. The spores are so highly resistant, so they can survive for many years. Spores are disappeared by air currents. When air comes, the spores will be disappears. See in the third picture how this plasmodium forms and fruiting bodies form. First a haploid spores, then the gamete formation is there, gamete, then fertilization process there, zygote. After zygote, plasmodium is formed, aggregation should be there. After plasmodium, fruiting body is formed, and meiosis का division होता है वहाँ पे. meiosis means division of cell. Okay, now the haploid spores are formed. In this chapter you learned what is meiosis and mitosis, so you can got this. Mainly in meiosis or mitosis, cytoplasm is divided and forms a new daughter cell. Okay. Now fifth one, the fifth category of protista is protozoans. The fifth category of protista is protozoans. They are heterotrophs, predators or parasites. They are heterotrophs as they depends on other animals, other organism for their food. They are parasites or they are predators. They live in the host body or they catch the other organism as their food, engulf the other organisms. Okay. They are primitive related of animals. Relatives of animals. They are primitive. Primitive means ancient. पुराने समय में. They are related to animals. Okay, protozoans. So protozoans are again divided into 4 different groups: amoeboid protozoans, flagellate protozoans, ciliated protozoans and sporozoans. ठीक है. amoeboid protozoans में it shape of amoeba like protozoans. Flagellated means they have flagella. Ciliated means they have cilia. And sporozoans means they have spore. They form spore formation should be there. Okay. So these protozoans again grouped into 4 different categories: amoeboid, flagellated, ciliated, and sporozoans. Okay, students. Now first one. In detail, this 4 categories about protozoans we will go through. First one is amoeboid protozoans. Amoeboid protozoans live in fresh water, seawater, or moist soil. They found in both fresh water or seawater also, and in the moist soil. Whether there be chances of water is there, the amoeboid protozoans are present. They move and capture prey by putting out pseudopodia, false feed. Pseudopodia is called the false feed. Example, amoeba. They move and catch their prey, so that is why they are called as predators. Like amoeba, they engulf their prey. Marine forms have silica shells on their surface. The marine amoeboids have the silica cells on their surface. Okay. Some are parasites. Some amoeboid protozoans are parasites. They need a hot body for their survival. Example, entamoeba. Amoeba catch their prey and engulf it, and some are parasites. They need a host body for their survival. That is entamoeba. So there are the examples. If the question will come, describe the characteristics of amoeboid protozoans. So you have to write the example also. So student, if you learn these things, try to learn the examples. Okay, example is very necessary in the higher classes, because most of the organisms are similar categories, similar functions. So whenever and until you are not giving the examples, your answer is not complete. Here is the picture of amoeba and entamoeba. You have seen cytoplasm is present in amoeba, nucleus, cell wall, pseudopodia. This is called pseudopodia, the outer layer. Through this pseudopodia, they engulf the prey. Okay, entamoeba look like this. Okay, students. Now, flagellated protozoans. The second group is flagellated protozoans. They are free living or parasitic. They are free living, they live free, or they need a host body for their survival. So they are parasitic. They have flagella for their locomotion. That is why they are called as flagellated protozoans. Third, parasitic forms cause diseases like sleeping sickness. The parasitic forms causes diseases like sleeping sickness. Sleeping sickness is a disease caused by this flagellated protozoans, because they need a host body. Those person who is disorder is present in that person, sleeping sickness, it means in their body this flagellated protozoans is present. Like they are called as trypanosoma. Okay, trypanosoma. It is an organism which causes sleeping sickness. मतलब उस इंसान को नींद नहीं आती. Okay. This trypanosoma look like this. See the first picture. They have a flagella for their locomotion. In the blood cells, they move like this. In the second picture, you have seen. Now the third one, ciliated protozoans. They have cilia all over their body for their locomotion, so they stick to the ground. That is why they are called as ciliated protozoans. First, they aquatic, actively moving using cilia. They are aquatic, and they use their cilia for the moving process. Actively they move. Okay. They have a cavity, gullet, that opens to outside. Okay, they have a cavity which is called as gullet, which opens outside to their body. Due to the movement of cilia, water with food enters into the gullet. Okay, through this gullet, the food and the water enters through their body with the movement. When they move from one place, this gullet is open, and through this gullet the food materials get into their body. Example, paramecium. Paramecium is the best example of ciliated protozoans, because in paramecium, it's all over the body this cilia is present. which help to its movement. Okay students, see the picture. Third one, clear description is there, a well labeled diagram is there. If you preparing the notes, you can draw the diagram and with a label diagram and label it carefully. Labeling is necessary, labeling is compulsory. Okay, if you draw the diagram and if you imagine that you get the marks, so it is not possible if the labeling is not there. And the last one is sporozoans. Last one is sporozoans. Start. They have an infectious spore like stage in their life cycle. Okay, in their life cycle they have a spore like stage, infectious spore like stage. Example, plasmodium malaria parasite is called it causes malaria. They form spores in their life cycle, they form spores which is infectious. Okay, जो जहरीला होता है दूसरों के लिए, उसके लिए नहीं, दे फॉर्म स्पोर्स. बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल इज प्लाज्मोडियम malarial parasite. Malaria is caused by this plasmodium. Okay, so you can see the picture. Ultrastructure of plasmodium: nucleus, dense granules, ribosomes, merozoid coat, plasma membrane, particular pellucular cisternae, mitochondria, apicoplast, microtubules, everything is labeled. And here is the diagram of different types of plasmodium: falciparum, vivax, malaria and ovula. They are ring like structure. How they forms? First the ring structure is formed, then the zygotons is formed, then the gametocytes they are formed. How they form? Through the spores, rings, zygosomes and gametocytes. This is the structure of formation of a plasmodium or sporozoans. Okay, so students, in this part we have discussed about the kingdom Protista in detail. Kingdom Protista in detail. Kingdom Protista has been divided into 5 main categories. Kingdom Protista is classified into 5 main categories. Okay, what are they? First one is chrysophytes, second one is dinoflagellates, third one is euglenoids, and fourth one is slim moths, and fifth one is protozoans. Chrysophytes, they are photosynthetic, including diatoms and golden algae. They found in fresh water and marine environment. Okay, diatoms. Second, dinoflagellates, they are marine and photosynthetic, and they have different color depending on their pigments of the cell. Okay, the main points: dinoflagellates had 2 flagella, and one toxic dinoflagellate is there which is called as Gynocolex. Euglenoids, best example is Euglena. They found in mainly fresh water or found in stagnant water. They have protein rich layer in their pellicule which gives flexibility to their body, and they have also have 2 flagella. One is long and one is short. Flagella is the locomotory organ of the organisms. Okay, they are photosynthetic, and in the presence of sunlight, and in the absence of sunlight they are heterotrophs. Example is Euglena. Okay, slime molds, they are saprophytic. They engulf their food material and they form with aggregation plasmodium. Plasmodiums converted into, in unfavorable condition, converted into fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. Spores disappeared by their air current. Okay, and these spores have ability so they can survive for several years. And fifth one is protozoans. They are heterotrophs, predator or parasites both. They catch their prey or they live inside. They need a host body for their survival. These protozoans again divided into 4 different groups: amoeboid protozoan, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans and sporozoans. Amoeboid protozoans, best example is amoeba and anta-amoeba. Predators, for predators you can give the example of amoeba because it catch its prey through their pseudopodia with their false feet, and some are parasites like anta-amoeba. They need a host body for their survival. Okay. Flagellated protozoans, trypanosoma is the best example of flagellated protozoans which cause a disease called sleeping sickness, and they have flagella for their locomotion. Ciliated protozoans, paramecium, this cilia is present in all over the body of the paramecium, okay, which helps for their movement, and the gutlet is present which helps to engulf the food material. Okay. Now last one is sporozoans. These sporozoans have spore-like structure in their life cycle. Best example is Plasmodium, malaria parasite, and it causes malaria. This Plasmodium causes malaria. You have seen in the picture different types of Plasmodiums are present. P. falciparum, vivax, malaria, and ovule. See the ovule. Here are the structures like how they converted into spores, and it is the detailed structure, ultrastructure of Plasmodium. Everything is there. So students, we have completed the second kingdom of classification, kingdom Protiasta. Okay, one by one, 5 kingdoms we are going to complete. First one is kingdom Monera, second one is kingdom Protiasta. In the second part of this video or of the class, we will go through kingdom Fungi, the third kingdom classification. Till careful listen the video. Nothing is there. You have to just understand the characteristics of different kingdoms organisms. Kingdom Monera and kingdom Protiasta is already completed. Okay, if you carefully listen the video and see the pictures, you have able to understand. If you want to write these characteristics in your copy, you can write. Okay students, in the form of notes, and if you have any problem then ask to me. Okay, see you all in the next class. Be safe in your home. Thank you.